So I saw this game about a month ago. It was put on my radar randomly, and I got to looking at it a bit, and it was sort of, I don't know, it didn't seem like it was really ready for what I was looking to get out of it. So I put it on my list of things to check out and, you know, kind of look at later on down the road. Well, last week, I randomly got an email from these guys looking to sponsor a video on this channel to showcase the game. And I learned from that exchange that they've had a lot of good updates from player feedback applied recently, and that this game is coded by one person. If you've been around this channel a little bit, you know I like a good solo developer game. I like seeing what one person can do, right? So the game is King of Retail 2. This video is sponsored, and we're going to check it out now in its updated form with plenty more stuff coming in the roadmap that they posted. If you want to learn more about the game, you can see it in the link in the description. I'm going to go ahead and hit New Game. And we're going to create a character. Now, I'm going to create a character really quick that just kind of looks a little bit like me, I guess. And then we can proceed with the bulk of the game. There is a lot going on in this game. And it's a little bit of a slow start, but I'm going to try to accelerate you through it a little bit. Okay, so just a basic character creator here. He doesn't look exactly like me, but it's all right. It's good. So we're just going to go ahead and hit confirm here. And we're going to get to starting a game. And we have 3 different difficulty selections. We have trainee, manager, and CEO. With CEO, you don't get any starting help at all. Manager, you're going to get an initial 4-day marketing campaign. It's going to help you bring in customers initially, at least. You have a 1x reputation increase speed, so default speeds, and you're going to start with $14,285. It's a very specific number. I'm not sure why. And then CEO, you start with $10,714. Okay. Your reputation goes up a little bit slower, and you get no help in the beginning. And of course, at trainee, you can start with the most money. Reputation gain goes up twice as fast. You have starting reputation, starting out in every sector, et cetera, et cetera. We're just going to start with manager here and get going with the game. There is a lot going on in this game. It's quite deep. It's fairly complicated, and I'm going to try my best to walk you through it. But keep in mind that in order to properly walk you through that and to show you the game properly, it's going to take a little bit of time. This is not a game that starts very fast. Welcome to the city. So, you think you got what it takes to become the king of retail? Citywide domination, multiple store chains, and market leadership. That's what it takes to claim the crown. But even the greatest start small. Let's get your first store off the ground. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to be looking at a concept for a store. And you can upload your own images and stuff. I'm just going to sort of use the images that are in the game. It might be able to change this later if we, turn it into a longer series or whatever. I don't know. But I'm just going to use the stuff that's in the game for now. But essentially, this is about creating a concept for what our store is about. Okay, branding, right, is another words for it. So in this case, I'm gonna call this, so for the name of the store, I'm gonna set this up as Laker Central. All right, we're just gonna go with that. It's kind of inspired by my alma mater, so like where I went to college. I'm kind of taking a little inspiration from that. So Laker Center is where we're gonna go, and you'll understand why we're taking inspiration from my college in the future here. Then we have to select a logo. Of course, we start with this one, but we can also go and get a different one as well. So we can select a logo. You can get a custom logo that you've uploaded. Of course, importing things. It tells you the dimensions that it recommends, etc. for that. So I'm just going to choose this one for now. It is what it is for now. Actually, you know what? I'm going to change it. It's going to be this one now. Okay, let's go ahead and confirm the setup. So the next thing to do is to choose a location. Some cost more than others. They have higher foot traffic. Others are cheaper, but you need to work harder to get more customers. Look around and pick a spot that you think has potential to start off your retail empire. So the first thing to take a look at here for this is the demographics. And this is something that a lot of other YouTubers that have done this, there aren't very many, but the ones that have, they've completely overlooked this part. And I think it's a really vital part to getting off the ground quickly and successfully. And that is to look at the people that are around you, okay? I don't care about customers that are way over here and they live over here if my store is located in this spot, okay? This circle area, this is where most of my foot traffic is coming from. And so the population index is going to help determine who those people are. We have pensioners, students, tourists, administrators, retail workers, laborers, office workers, and VIPs. Each one of these types of customer, they're different. They expect different things somewhat. They're interested in different types of products somewhat. Okay? So, really high-end beauty products might be a thing for tourists, but it's probably not going to be a whole lot for the blue-collar laborers working in the factories, right? So you want to pick a store idea, a concept, what you think is going to be a good idea for a store, and then choose a location that's best fitting for that. So what I'm going to do is I am going to target a store that is primarily targeted for students. I want to be like a university store in a college town that everybody wants to go to get their stuff. That's what I'm going to start out with, right? It's just a concept. We're going to go with it. And so for that goal, I'm going to be looking into a location kind of like this one, which has a pretty good population index at 467, and the rent is reasonable at $232 a day. We have a very high concentration of students. We also have a lot of administrators, which is good, a good mix here. We even have some pensioners here. Pensioners are not just old people, although they tend to be. It could also be younger unemployed people as well. So they're looking for bargains, right? They're either people that are generally on fixed incomes. And, lower income students are kind of on lower incomes too. So we're going to go for renting this place for our store. It's $232 a day. We're going to call this Laker Center. I'm all right with that. And we have funds to transfer. How much funds do we want to give this business initially? Right now, it's set at basically half of what our current funds are, but I can alter this. So for example, if I want to start with $10,000, I can do that, I guess. Store preparation. So total payment is $2,000. That's not what I had in mind here. Hang on. That's not what I wanted. $714. Okay, wait a minute now. I want $10,000 in the store. So that's not how much I'm giving it. It's a little confusing here. We can adjust it later. We can add more money later. Let's give it a name. College store. I'm just going to call it college store. This is more of an internal thing here. It's not the actual name of the store. It's more like an internal reference for you as a player. And so my starting money here is only $1,428. Why is it only that much? I want this much to transfer. Maybe I have to put like even more money down in it. Yeah, weird. That's pretty strange. I have $14,285, but I can't get it to give it that. But it's okay. We're going to get more into it eventually anyway. So our first task is to design our store. It's a pretty straightforward process. It takes a little bit of getting used to. We're going to go into build mode. And in build mode, the camera moves like a drone. And it's a little bit weird to get used to. You kind of need to go down like a drone would be and move where you want to be. So this is our store on the inside here. And what we want to do is we want to adjust the floor plan of the building. So I'm going to come in through here and I can add walls. So what I want initially, I think, is a stock room. So I'm going to go, I think 1, 2. I would love to go half this. They did ask for my, feedback or whatever. And I was like, hey man, your grid, it's way too big for walls, man. I want to go smaller. We're going to go like this. Okay. Then I'm going to switch over to building doors and we're going to get a door put in. And I think probably, again, I got to get my drone to come down where I want to be here. I think we're going to choose one of these designs of doors. And I think I'm going to go with this. And we're just going to throw it. Yeah, right here is probably fine. Change the color around the outside of the door if we want to. I'm going to go all white because my walls and stuff are going to be pretty brightly colored here. We can choose a lot of different materials to choose from here. So you have a wide range of design. You have like a lot of different things you can go with here. And I think probably just for now, the glossy plastic that came with it is fine. Although the door color, I think I'm probably going to go with a darker color on the door, like maybe like right there. Okay, that seems good. I don't need any windows or anything like that, so we'll go ahead and just confirm that. Okay, so from here, let's go ahead and talk about painting it, right? So we're going to go paint the store and walls. I'm thinking for my college-themed store, not that there's really anything good about that, we're going to say a brick wall on this side might be interesting. So I'm going to say that we want to go maybe like this color brick, maybe a little bit deeper. Yeah, have white, like I said, a lot of flexibility in colors and stuff. Let's try that color right there for that wall. And then the rest of the walls are going to be a different design. So this is sort of like an accent wall. I might even make this the accent wall. You know what? Let's make this the accent wall. I like it. I like that. All right, there's the accent wall. And so the rest of the walls are going to be different. Let's go tiles. And we can choose something more along the lines of like this. I like it. So this wall will be all around the outside here like this. There we go. It's nifty. I don't know if I necessarily like the accent wall anymore, but it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Maybe it should be along the back side in the end. You know, maybe let's try it. Bricks, go back to this design and let's get it to be. Yeah, I think maybe behind the checkout counter is better here. We'll try that instead. Okay, seems good. Can I do the outside too? Is that, yeah, that's possible as well. Okay, that's cool. I almost kind of want to try that. Maybe we could put it as like a tile, wallpaper, wood, not bricks all the way here, but I'm looking at, yeah, I think it should just be the same as what's on the inside pretty much, right? Yeah, I think it should be. The accent wall should match what's on the outside. We'll make that a little deeper red, and then we'll just put this brick along the outside like this. I don't believe it costs us anything to do this, so this will just be the outside of our store. Again, the drone camera, got to move it where I want it here. Okay. So we have that, and that's good for now. Okay, the floors. Paint the floors. We want bright colors here too. Make it feel nice and bright, and certainly not carpet. We can go linoleum, but I'm thinking tiles is probably still best here. And why don't we bring this as like a white tile thing? This is probably all right. So we'll just do like a nice white tile floor like this. Okay, so the next thing is decorations. And I'm going to come outside for this one. We're going to do a couple of different things for decorations. On the front of the store, right here, I want to have our logo. Okay, so I'm going to place this logo. And I'm going to put right above the store about like that. And we can do a couple of things. We need to change the color scheme. So let's make that like a white color. I like that. And then we can rotate it. We can reposition it. We can change, you know, different types of material that it's made out of, stuff like that. So if I want it to be maybe... oh, I don't know. If I wanted to be like stained glass, we could probably do that. I guess we could do that. Glossy light. Well, that's a light, right? So it's actually emitting light, I think. Yeah, let's maybe like do a matte light right there. And then I want to also put in a different one here. Let me just get back to the decorations here. I want to put in one that goes on the wall. So we're going to put one on the corner of the building. And we're going to want to rotate this to be out about like that. And this is so that people walking down the street can identify where the building is too. We want them to be able to see it as well. And of course, make it white like that. And of course, make it a, can I make it a light or no? Polished wood. Ooh, nice. Chrome. Ooh, that's, no, no thanks. That's not bad though. I'm kind of all right with that. Sort of a, yeah, brushed metal kind of. It's almost like, yeah, just like fogged, frosted glass is what I'm thinking there. But it doesn't really stand out though. So I think we'll just go back to the plastic on this. This is okay. We can have a light intensity as well. So maybe we want it to really bright up, right? Yeah, really light it up here. Same thing with this other one over here. Let's click this. Can I click that? Yeah, I want to make this light intense. Oh yeah. About like that. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and confirm the changes here. And I think for now, this is good for our store. Our initial starting of our store, we've done some things. We can always change it again. We can always go back into build mode and do it again, but this is good for now. So let's go into store mode. And in store mode is where we're going to spend most of our time. Because of course, this is where we manage our stores. So the absolute basics here is we're going to need a place for deliveries to happen for our stuff. And we're going to need a stock room, of course. This area here is designed to be my stock room. And boy, is it grungy. I didn't bother to paint this place at all, did I? It's okay. It's all right. I could probably go back in and do that if I want to later, but it's okay. So the first thing I want to do is we're going to go over to buy, and it's going to be here. So in the buy inventory, we want to purchase some shelves for storing things. So 142 for this one. And what I'm going to do, I think, is place them kind of along the walls. We want a lot of different products. And, you know, your stock room is kind of what you have in stock. Okay. I know it seems obvious, but there we go. So maybe go about like this. That's good. We're going to buy another one. Flip it over. We're going to go about like that with it. Right there. Yep. Buy another one. We'll flip it over and we're going to go about like that with it. So back to back about here. And I've got room for one more and it's only 142 bucks. So I think I'll get another one because I can afford it. Honestly, it looks like I might be able to afford even another one after that, which would be sensational. Can I afford one more? Does it fit there? Ooh, it almost fits there. Maybe it'll go this way. Oh, it's so close. It's like, this is what I mean. I wish the tiles were just a little bit smaller. I could fit it in there. All right, well, it's okay. This is the number that I wanted to have in here anyway, was this many shelves. So we have this much room in our storage shelves, okay? The next thing, and maybe this is okay, because the next thing we need here is a place for deliveries, and that's this pallet. So the pallet, I was going to put it along this wall, but it looks like, yeah, that's still doable. Sure, we can have the pallet. So we're going to put one pallet here, and we'll put another one over here. The more pallets you have, the more items you can receive in a single delivery, and you pay a delivery charge every time after the first day. So the first day, we want to have a lot of stuff. We want to order a lot of stuff on the first day, okay? So next thing to do is let's talk about display shelves. There are a lot of options. In our default folder, we have all these options, and these are customizable in and of themselves. So what kinds of products do we want to sell? That will determine what kind of shelving we need. Notice the icons here. This is a little icon about the shelves I have. Well, this one has a different icon. It's, cold. This one here, these things hang by hooks. These ones here, these are hangers like for clothes. And you can't use, I can't hang drinks, for example, from hooks. So we need to have the right shelf for the types of products we want to sell. What we can do is go into ordering products. And there's a lot of different products to choose from. I know it doesn't look like there's a lot, but these are just categories. If I click this, there are other products within that category. So this is like dry cereals. There's also condiments. What kinds of condiments? A lot of these, right? Bread. What kinds of French bread? Well, there's a lot of different brands, right? So what we want to do is we want to cater our product offerings to our target demographic. Remember, we were talking about who we were targeting before and why we chose this location is because students are here. We have a good amount of administrators here, a good amount of office workers here, and a lot of pensioners here. Not a lot for tourists. We don't care about those. So how do we know what products each place likes? Well, in the hovers, you can see our purchase price for this. When we order it, it costs us $2.05. We sell it for $5.89. At least that's the default. We can change it. That's the default. But if we hit I, we can get additional details about this product. And it tells us the segment appeal for this thing, as well as a whole bunch of other information like how it's trending. Is it becoming more popular or less popular? Things like that. We have the supplier price, which we can't change. We have our concept sales price, which we can change. And then there's a local price. So if I have multiple stores and I want to make sure that all my stores are selling it for the same price, I can do that. Make sure everybody's using the local price, right? I can alter things if I want to. But the most important thing I want to look at here is the type of display it's going to be using and the segment appeal. So in this case, administrators, they seem to really like this. These regular old cornflakes here, though, they're most popular, surprisingly enough, with blue-collar workers. Tourists tend to like them too. VIPs eat them, etc. Not a whole lot of popularity here with the student section, right? So that's what we're looking at initially for setting things up. And we have other things we can do too, like actually renaming it if we want to as well. We can see things like our sales graphs over time. If you're a person that likes graphs, the game offers that too. So in this case, I'm going to offer a whole lot of snacks. I'm thinking about students. What do students like, right? They like beverages. They come in for snack foods. They come in for packaged stuff, dry goods, candy. Okay. They're not going to buy a whole lot. I mean, we can go into health and beauty stuff if we want to, right? If I click this, better than Botox cream, for example, I want to take a look at that. Looks like students are actually, kind of favoring that. So we could look at stuff like that too. But initially I'm looking for the simple stuff. And so it looks to me like most of my stuff, is going to be coming in on shelves that are kind of designed like this. So I'm going to go ahead and choose this shelf. I could also maybe go into like a more wood tone, you know, maybe make it look a little bit more high end, just a little bit more high end. So maybe something like this instead. This is $341 for 2 segments, $682 for 4 segments. That's quite expensive compared to this one, which is $600. There's a cheaper one here too somewhere. Yeah, this one right here is 4 segments for $476. So much cheaper shelf here, right? It shows you the different dimensions that it comes in. They're pretty much all the same, and the displays can only carry certain products. We have to make sure that our product matches it, is what it says. So I'm looking at probably, I want the taller ones, I think. So I think I'm going to go with this cheaper shelf for now, just to get our store rolling here. So how about we grab a 4 segment shelf for $476. So it's pretty big, okay? Because it's 4 segments. And I can rotate it. I'm going to stick this in the front, I think. Right about here. All the way against the wall if we can. So right up against the wall. And I can actually have the back be the wall too. That's interesting. If I get it up there close enough, it'll just take the back away. Ooh, but it won't let me place it though. Okay. It's okay. We'll go right about here with it. All right, so that's our first one. We're going to need more than that though. So I'm going to get a second one. And replace that right next to the first one. So right about like this. Now, we're about to run out of money because it didn't let me give the store enough money for some reason. Come on, get there. Right there. Seems good. Okay, for now, those 2 shelves are what I want. But we're going to order a lot more. We're going to get more shelves. But for now, the store is going to have these 2 shelves. So for our products, how do we want to design this out? I think drinks in the back seems good. Do I want to have them refrigerated? I don't know. Let's take a look. So if I'm ordering products, refrigerated stuff are these things. So beverages don't need to be refrigerated. They're going to be on shelves without refrigerating. That means beer, right? Beer, if we're taking a look at that, if I go and hit I on that, we can see that it can go in the fridge. It can. Or it can go on the regular shelves. Okay, interesting. I kind of want to try out refrigerated stuff if possible here. But if I'm going to keep it in the stock room, I can keep it unrefrigerated in the stock room and then stock it in the fridge. I could do that too. So why don't we take a look at buying some refrigerated stuff too? If I wanted a big $524 for a 4-section freezer, if I look at this, does it fit in the back? It's like I'm going to need a 3-section to fit there. Yeah, I need a 3-section to fit there. Okay, so we'll go 3 on this one instead. And then I can turn this around and the freezer is in the back like so. Yeah, that works for me. Right about like that. So we have a fridge, okay? Oh, I can't place it because I don't have enough money. Right, already cost me the money. Okay, so what we want to do is transfer money from our corporation to the store. So we're going to swap this. I'm going to go and give my store $8,000, which is what I wanted to start with anyway. So boom. Now our store has more money. Now I can buy this if I want to. Yeah. So we'll go ahead and buy this. And we'll put this, again, right over here. Maybe give it a little bit of space from the wall so that that left side can actually open. That would make sense too, right? So maybe we'll go about like here with it. Yeah, right about like there. Okay, so we have a place for cold beverages in the back like this, and then there's places for whatever else we're selling right along this wall. So now I want to order some more products, right? We got these 2 shelves. Let's work with that. So I'm going to go over to my products ordering here, and we took a look at dry cereals before, and how if I hit I can see the demographic, the segment appeal. Well, there's a faster way to do that if you're trying to order products for segment appeal, if you're targeting that, and that's just to scroll the wheel down a little bit, and you can actually change the information displayed to you on the hover. And so now we have a really quick at-a-glance look at what products are going to appeal to our target. This is a pretty good one to appeal to a lot of people. It doesn't really appeal to students as much, but the other 2 demographics we have around us is pretty decent. So I'm gonna click that one just to put it in the list, and then we can determine how much we want to order later. We have this little Snack Star Wheat Blue here. It's not necessarily a very highly rated. And it looks like probably want to have this one too. And the Fruit Loops Wild Berries is pretty good for the students. We'll get something that might appeal to them. And we have a good amount of office workers, I think, in the store too. So we'll get a little bit of this too, but maybe not as much. We can see the demographics on the hover over here too. Okay, so that's just like cereals. All right, let's make sure we get a little more than cereal. So I'm thinking beer is pretty good too. Students love beer. Looks like administrators love beer as well. We'll get these two on the list as well. Gonna kind of go ahead and not do the enough green for now. Soda is a big thing as well. And we're definitely gonna want some of the yellow. Gonna get some of that one, get some of that one. Yeah, seems good. They really like this one too. So we'll get a bunch of different sodas there too. In the juice section, let's maybe hold off on liquor just for now. No, I think we're fine. I can go get liquor now, I suppose. We want, what is this? This is Hunter Master Lux. This is like a, what are you? Like a whiskey or? It just says Liquid Dreams. It's Liquid Dreams. Yeah, well, whatever it is, we're going to put it on the list. Okay, so we'll have this liquor at least. And then how about this one kind of appeals to a lot of different people too. We'll get these two. We'll get these two, yep. Wine. Probably want to hold off on wine just for now. Refrigerated goods I'm going to hold off for. We're going to put the beverages, like beer. We're going to put the beer and the soda in the fridge. But we're going to hold off on the other stuff. Fresh stuff I'm going to hold off for now. I'm going to hold off on that for now. We have other dry goods here as well, like granola chocolate. Everybody loves that. That's going to be great. Looks like we're probably good to go ahead and add that one. And let's go ahead and maybe put a few of the good morning, bright morning chocolates in there. And granola nutty there too. Condiments. I'm thinking, let's see, cheese, spice, garlic. There's a couple of different things we could do there, but I'm going to hold off on that for now. We want to target certain types of products, get them on the shelves, and then think about where other things go. So for now, I like what we have assorted. That's a lot of different SKUs. Right? There's a lot of different products here, but we're going to have a good variety. We have multiple people to cater to. So now the next part is how much of each thing do we want to order? We have a lot of money, and our delivery capacity is 2,000 units. Some products are bigger, take up more space per unit, right? We can see kind of how much that delivery stuff kind of takes up here on the shelves and everything too, when it's stacked with each other. We're going to talk about that in a second too. And so let's take an order. I'm going to go with like 80 for each of these. Let's just see what happens if I get 80 for each. This is individual units, not cases. And right away, you can see we're already full on our order. So we want to order a little bit less than this. So what I'm going to do, because I want to keep these things kind of organized. I want to go like one product at a time. So I've already kind of laid out how many I want, but I don't have enough capacity to order them all. And so I'm going to go through one product at a time. I think here's probably best. So let's say we take all of let's take the cereals off the list for now, actually. Let's just focus on the other stuff for now. Yeah, so we're going to get the enough blue. So this is the beer and the soda. Let's do beer and soda first. And for this, I want to go 80 for each one. So let's say 80, 80, 80, 80, 80. I'm already full. Wow. Okay, if I'm already full, barely though. I guess we can probably do 70 of each then. We'd be fine. I think so. It's gonna be not 70 of each, isn't it? Yeah, okay, 60 of each on the beer then. There. So now we can fit 400 articles of stuff. 400 different things are in our cart here, and our delivery capacity is maxed out. So we can go ahead and place this order, and we can have it delivered immediately. Now for today, the deliveries are free. After this, though, after the first day, your deliveries cost something. So you kind of have to plan them out just a little bit better. But for now, we've got that. And I'm interested to see how much storage space this actually holds, because I'm not sure whether we're going to fill things. Remember, our inventory back in the stock room is what's not on the shelves. So we're going to want things on the shelves as well. So once this guy's done delivering, it does take a little bit of time, but I can speed up time, even though the clock is not technically running. This is sort of before we open kind of thing. The game works in 3 phases: morning, workday, and evening. And only during the workday does the time actually run. So I'm going to go up to here. As I approach it, these little pop-ups come in here. It's new UI improvements that have taken place. And I can speed up time like this. It does take a long time to unpack things. And so you want to try to do this when you're not open. If you have to go in, if you have to make an order in the middle of the workday, you're going to have to spend some time unpacking it. That might be time where you can't necessarily help a customer, right? And the game does try to model customer service with a variety of different perks and traits, not perks, but like a variety of different traits that are for your employees as well as for your customers. And I have actually more to unpack right here. Wow. Yeah. Lots of stuff to unpack. You have to unpack it from the pallet before you can put it on the shelves. So it has to be on these shelves before it can be on those shelves. So your first day is gonna go a little slow. But I've kind of walked you through so far what sorts of products I'm gonna be trying to aim for, I guess. We have that much space left on our shelves. So already looking kind of like half full already, which is nuts, but it's okay. We're gonna go over to our fridge. I don't know how much space this is gonna hold, so we'll find out. So we're gonna configure the layout. Now, when we configure the layout, it might just look like there's just this shelf and that's it. There's nothing going on in here, but we can actually control the number of shelves that are in here, and we're gonna wanna do that. So let's add the maximum number of shelves. There's this flexibility available for all the shelves in the game, and it has to do with how big your products that you're offering are. So for example, I can't just like hang a t-shirt in this little bit of space, right? If I'm going to be doing something like that, I need more space for it, that kind of thing. Okay, so in the products panel, all the products that we have in stock on stock shelves that are compatible with this storage type will appear in this list. If it's not compatible or we don't have it on that shelf, it's not going to appear in this list. So we know that beer and soda are compatible, and there's our category. So for 1-Up soda, 1-Up blueberries, whatever, I'm going to put that here. And I can have, 3 rows of it like that if I want. Okay. Then I'm going to take the yellow one and put that here. Okay. Then I'm going to take the blue fizz one, put that right here. And the purple fizz one and put that right here. So now customers will have a variety of things to choose from in the soda area. Okay. It's all inside the freezer, or the refrigerator. Then we have beer. I have only two different types of beer. We're going to put the beer over here. That's the first shelf here. So enough blue is on that shelf like that. And the yellow one is going to go right here. For now, that's what we have in stock. So that's it. This is just a blueprint of where we want things. To get it on the shelf, we have to refill the products. That, of course, also takes time. We can speed that up. So, for the first day, you're going to be speeding up time artificially. I wish that the very first day, it would instantly place these things, because there's no reason to make me wait for it. It should be instant unpack, instant placement on shelves for the first day only, because you're going to spend a lot of time doing this. And later on, you're going to be doing a lot of other things. And then, oh yeah, I have to restock. And so that will take time to restock. So there we go there. It looks like this place has lights, but it doesn't really illuminate things very well. So I might have to add some lights to this building. So we can go back to ordering more products. Okay. And if I go to, say, beverages again, I can come over to beer. I can buy the green one, but I don't really care to. So let's go back over, and maybe now I want to get liquor. I can put that on the shelf outside though. I don't need that in the fridge. So what else would I want to put in the fridge? These different kinds of beer, right? So I could put, let's see what this one is. This is great for pensioners. We have some different 87 or beer. Okay. So I'm going to look for different products because I want to speed this. I want to speed this video up. It needs to go faster. It's a slow starting game, right? These two are pretty good. I like this one. We can get some of this. Maybe we'll get both of those just to do it. And then, yeah, I think maybe this one here is pretty decent. So we can grab the Golden Goat. And how about we grab the Irish Stout as well? That could be our 4 brands of beer. I have 2 things of beer already there, and I want 4. So perhaps we take away Let's take away the... Gosh, I like all of them. Screw it. We're gonna have 8 different kinds of beer. Or maybe some juice can go on the other stuff. That's fine too. Put some juice by the... It's mixers, right? I mean, we don't have any liquor in the store right now, but it's for mixing. This one's just like, hey, everyone loves carrot juice. Okay, cool. Get it. Okay, so I'm going to keep going through this. I showed you the process of kind of what I'm looking to do here for finding different products. So let me get that stuff sorted. I will say, though, just so you understand what's going to happen here, is that you can do the same thing here. You can configure the layout. You can configure your shelves. You can add shelves in how you see fit. So I can go ahead and do that if I want to on both of these. And I will be doing that because I'm going to have a lot of different products that will all fit on these shelves. So I'm just going to add all these shelves in. And then I'm going to fill it with products, and I'll show you what I got, okay? I may end up adding a couple more shelves through here, but I'll walk you through that too. Okay, see you in a second. Okay, I bought a lot of inventory, but before I run out of money here, I'm going to also go ahead and get a cash register set up. And it doesn't really have to be all that complicated. I'm going to grab this one here. They're all the same price. They're just about a different aesthetic. And for this, I'm going to rotate it around, and we're going to have the cash register positioned over here near the front of the store, about, let's say, here. This seems pretty fine right there. Okay, I got $140 left. I might send some more from corporate in here just to get more inventory, but here's what I've got so far, and there's a whole bunch that's in the stock room here. I've actually went ahead and added 2 additional shelves here because I need it. So a very crowded stock room at the moment. And so I basically have all my dry stuff right here. There's cereals, various different cereals and stuff here, and granola and other types of mixtures that are, you know, kind of dry packaged products. We got a variety of different kinds of breads and crackers and things like this, you know, French bread, things like that. We have some condiments and stuff that's going through here, different spices. I need to restock a little bit here because I didn't buy enough of them. And then we have coffee and tea coming through here. We got other types of packaged products here, preserved stuff. We've got, you know, like hazelnut butter, peanut butter, that kind of stuff through here. We're going to have some more products over on this side. And then I'd love to get another shelf. And I want to get shelves running here, like perpendicular to these. People can walk through those. And we're going to have other types of products through there, like toiletries, toothbrushes, different types of soaps, paper towel, toilet paper, etc. Are going to be through there. So I'm going to go ahead and unpack this and get that running right there. And then I'll show you how we're going to open the store and how you manage that part of it for now. How's a 3? How big is a 3? A 3 is stands pretty tall. I don't really want tall. That's too tall for me. Can I have a shorter one? Let's say, man, not a whole lot for that, is there? This one might be a tad bit shorter, but not much. How short are you? I mean, you're still pretty tall. Okay, so I think for now I'll go ahead and place this here along the wall. Might as well keep it open as a floor plan as long as possible here. So we'll go ahead and do that for now. And then the idea will be to have like a walkway through here, and then, you know, there'll be a shelf this way back to back, and then there'll be a walkway through here and another shelf here back to back, and then probably we might leave this part open with a shelf facing that way so people can see inside the store, that kind of thing. So I want actual walkways and stuff, but for now I think we'll just leave it like this. That's okay. Let's come over here, and I would like to get the shelving organized through here. We'll go just these for now, and we'll see what we get. So I'd like to get candy. So I haven't bought any candy yet. So let's come over here. I want to go to candy, and then there's a lot of this stuff that hangs on the shelves like this, these hooks right here. So this has an okay appeal actually, but I'm looking for ones that have really targeting our demographics. So I think the Fruitful Rainbow could be one. This one here looks pretty good. Just making sure it hangs like that. Yep. So we'll get, let's get this one and this one and one more. How about we grab, we need stuff that's cheap too. Right? People want affordable options too, not just the highest end, really good stuff. So I think maybe the licorice, that's probably good for our retirees. And then we want, do these things hang too? Yeah, these things hang too. Okay, how about we grab, some of these look okay. Some of these look okay, and yeah, these are pretty cheap though. Let's I think we might be all right with just those two. We can go a different one here. What do we got? Green? Let's go green on this one too. Okay, so in a full shelf, when you divide it up into 3 sections, this is going to hold 9 products, okay? So to fill a 3-section segment, we want 27 of them. And so we'll go 27 here, 27 here. And then this one here, they're a little bit smaller, so 18 of them will fill one of those little sections. I'm going to divide them up all in the same spot, though. So for this particular case, I think I'm just going to go 50 for each because I'm not going to have a full section on them anyway. And in fact, I think I'll probably do the same here because I can. So because I have the storage to do it and the money to do it. It just means less ordering later, right? Our deliveries are free now, so we should take advantage of that now. This one here looks like, yeah, these things all go too. So this one definitely we want. Looks like this one's pretty good. This is 404, 406. We'll grab this one here too. Only 2 of these will hang at a time. So maybe we'll only order, you know, maybe I'll get 20 of these in stock. These look like they're a little bit bigger, so let's try that. Okay, this seems good. So we'll go ahead and place this order. I'll get everything in stock on these shelves over here like that. Okay, so initial start to our store is done. I've got, you know, the essentials that I want to serve here. Maybe not necessarily in all the quantities. I still have some places in the shelves and stuff that aren't really full, so I've got room to expand to new products and stuff as we go. And this little hanging shelf here has got a variety of different candy and snack items and stuff. There's some chips and stuff here. You know, there's other stuff that we can add later too as I get more shelves. But right now I'm a little low on cash, so I need to open the store and actually sell the stuff I've already gotten. So we're gonna go to we're gonna stand behind the cash register. We're gonna hit manage, register, and check out customers. And there's 3 different modes. There is open queue, which is anyone can come in, come on up to the cash register, we'll check you out. There's closed queue, which is we are closed, but anyone who's still in line, we will still serve you. Okay? And then there's closed register, which sends everybody home, and they don't necessarily like that. We can also go ahead and just have the sales automatically start when they approach by clicking this toggle. I recommend that. Or you can manually, one at a time, take each customer as they go. So we're going to go ahead and open the queue like this. Now, the other thing we want to do about this, we want to organize where the customers will stand in line. So at the moment, customers are going to... Oh, we have to close the register to adjust the queue. Okay. So register's closed now. So right now, the queue size is only one person at a time, which means no one can stand in line. That's no good. So we're going to have a line. I'm going to go maybe five deep. And I don't really necessarily want it to be standing here. I'd like it to maybe be off to the side a little bit here. So we're going to have the queue go that way. Or say people will line up in that direction. And we might as well open it up to 7, maybe 8 deep since there's room for it. So we'll say 8 deep, even though there really is no need for 8 here. We'll go ahead and set that. Okay. So pretty much everything is done there. We got the queue set up. Everything is good. Last details, it says the fundamentals are ready. However, we are not in a hurry. Take your time and finish up. Adjust the layout. Check your products. Make sure everything's in place. Yeah, it pretty much is in place. And as I start running out of things on my shelves, I have extra stuff in my stock room here, pretty much ready to go. There's a little bit of space left over in the stock room, so I'm pretty happy with it. The other thing I could probably do is get rid of the extra pallet. I probably don't need deliveries of that size anymore, but we'll see. It's okay. It's so far, you know, I don't need the space, so I have extra space available. So to get on with the game from here, we go out to the city view because this is about having multiple stores too. So we can have this store and then we can have other stores and stuff as well. But for now, we're really just focusing on the one store. So all ready to go. Your store set up. Tomorrow is your big opening day, and all you have to do now is go home and get some good night's sleep. So that's what we're going to do. And when we wake up in the morning, we'll be in the morning phase of the game, which currently is not implemented yet. At least that's what they say anyway. It's not fully implemented yet. There's other stuff coming in the future, right? It's a game that's in active development. So the earliest your store opens up is at 10:30. When will you go to work? Well, I mean, I don't really need to wake up and go to work. I guess I can't go 9:30. I'd like to go 9:30, but fine. We'll start the next day. We'll wake up at 9. It's all good, okay? So it's a good start. Good morning. Are you ready for your big day? Local newspapers have taken interest in your store and have set up a marketing campaign that will attract customers to your store. When you are ready to start your day, you can go to your store. The marketing campaign is only going to last 4 days. You see the email right here. Clickbait agency received word to make a grand opening campaign for your store and is now in. So there we go. We have that. And that's happening currently. It's active the way it is. So we're going to click this and we're going to say go to store. Remember, these are the demographics we have. And our current funds in the college store currently sits at -65, it says. But I think we're probably going to be taking care of that in a second. So yeah, -65. Remember, we have to pay our rent and everything too. So now the time has arrived. No more setup. No more nothing. No more nothing. Only the customers matter now. Get them in your store and make some huge sales. Today is your store open at 10 and close at 1800. You'll be able to change this later on. Good luck and have a great sale. So the time is now running. It's 9:06. We have this time to just make sure everything is in stock, everything is good to go for the way we want it, etc., etc., and make any last minute adjustments or changes and stuff that we would have while the time is going. Now, I said this is kind of a slow start game, and it definitely is. I don't know if that's the intention. It probably is, because your store is brand new, right? So like, how many people would actually come for a brand new store? But for the sake of gameplay, it's a little slow. So here's what we're going to want to do. I recommend going fast speed for a significant portion of your first day. However, there are going to be some things that you need to do as a new store. And I don't know where the dev is from. I haven't looked into that. But the game encourages you to stand outside your store, or at least come outside your store regularly to greet customers who are considering entering your store. They come to your store. Not all of them will do this, but a lot of them, especially the first day, will do this. They're going to come out to your store and they're just going to take a look inside and go, should I go in there? And, and so you'll come out and try to persuade them to come into your store with just a little mini game. Okay. So that's what we're going to start with here. So the store is technically open now, and people are going to start coming out over here. Maybe they enter, maybe they don't. They could do it all on their own. These two guys are thinking. So what we're going to do is we're going to play this little mini game. And this is basically what you have to do until you start getting employees that can just take care of this kind of stuff for you. So we're going to talk to these two people. And we're going to tell them, yeah, my name is this. This is my new store. This is the kind of stuff we're selling, yada, yada, yada. And these guys are all from different demographics. You can generally tell what they're from as far as like all those different, the segments, right? Those different market segments. You can generally tell which ones they're belonging to based on what they're wearing. So orange, administrators, office workers, those kinds of things. You can generally tell where they're from. That's my understanding anyway. I may be wrong on that. So we're going to make sure that we open the queue, because you have to have the queue open. Otherwise, they won't come over here. Yeah, that's got to be a thing. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to go into manage cash register like this. And then what I'm going to do, just real briefly, the other thing you can do also is you can talk to customers while they're here. And you can try to perform targeted sales, recommend them products, for example. You can say, hey, yeah, what about this, right? And you can try to recommend them something that it goes along with their demographic, what they're looking for, right? So it's another thing that you can kind of do to interact with customers. There you go. Select an article to recommend it. Yeah, I don't have... Oh, interesting. I don't have this. I thought I had something for him. Oh, I don't know if he'll be good with that. How about a toothbrush for you, dude? Yeah, you good with that? Yeah, I like toothbrushes. Okay, cool. So we're going to come over here and let's go ahead and serve our customers. We're automatically going to start the sale, right? Because we got this toggle in. And we can whip through these guys pretty fast by just going like this. So again, generally, they're going to buy a bunch of stuff. Yeah, this guy bought a lot of stuff. That's great. He did end up getting that toothbrush we recommended. There you go. A nice smile for you, buddy. So there's that. So if you know which demographic they are and you kind of know your products and which ones they're going to be, interested in, you can kind of start interacting with them while they're in your store and make recommendations like that. So Tony Gilmore here, if I wanted to view customer details, which looks like they're already picking something. You don't want to interrupt them while they're picking something. It doesn't look like it's going to let me talk to them just right now. I'm kind of stalking this woman. This person is looking at the Nuff beer. Early retired, 55. Got it. She's already got one of these in her basket. Remember, this is her demographic right here. So That's pretty good. But if we wanted to recommend something to her that she might like, I might have other products over here that I know are good towards retired people. I might have something, a way to upsell that way, you know. Let's go ahead and get this person to come on in the store because they are considering it. There you go. And that other lady already has something in her basket, so I think she's finding things okay. If we wanted to come over anytime, we can go ahead and hit this button and it will refill the shelves. It takes a little bit of time, but you can restock that way. If you start seeing empty spots in your shelves, then you know, okay, wait a minute, I got a product missing. You can go more in depth into the editor for that, and it will kind of tell you which product is missing, that kind of thing. Oh yeah, nice. Thank you for buying all that stuff. 38 bucks, looks like. 37.99 somehow. Again, I can engage with them if I want to, but you know, I don't have to. It's something that you can do. You know, if I have some products like I know that they would like, then I can go ahead and do that. But otherwise, you know, just talking with them and whatever. If I perform a quick sale, maybe, I don't know. I don't know what I would do here. Yeah, sure. I guess I'm just talking with you. I guess perform quick sale might be the thing to do here. Hey, how you doing? Yeah. Just make them happy, you know? These two are kind of like talking to each other. All right, let's go ahead and just hang out by the cash register here really quick. So that marketing campaign, right? It's kind of working, right? You don't have a lot of people in your store, but it's, you know, the stuff we do have, it's selling. That's great. Just keep an eye on the outside while we're at the cash register. See if there's anybody outside. So that person's thinking about it. So as soon as we cash this person out, we're going to go talk to this guy. Hello, sir. Would you like to buy a toothbrush today? I have some, for the gentleman behind me in the overalls here, I have some plumbing products as well. Oh, that's fast. Got him. I don't really have a whole lot for this guy, but, you know, he can come in and maybe find something. I have a variety of products. There's something in here for every demographic. It's just we're kind of catered towards one more than others. Well, a couple more than others, I guess. It's really green, red, and gray, I suppose, are what we're kind of targeting for most of our products that we have on the shelf, but it's all good. Let's check people out here. That guy had a lot of stuff. I like it. Okay, so it's the middle of the afternoon. Let's take a quick run to our shelves, and we'll just go ahead and try to restock them all. Make sure everything is ready to rock here. So the drinks and stuff are back on the shelves where they belong. There we go. Just get these lull periods, right, where you can kind of take care of your store, make sure all your shelves are good, all your products are in stock. And if you start seeing gaps in your shelves, you know where your stuff is. Eventually, you'll kind of learn your own store a little bit. Maybe in the beginning when you just placed your stuff, you kind of maybe don't know what each product is, but you know, eventually you will. This right down here is a little bit of an issue. I think I'm gonna take this away and add something else there. Like, I don't need 3 rows of ketchup, right? 1 row of ketchup is good. Get all the other condiments in there instead is kind of what I'm thinking. Hello, miss. Are you interested in our fine selections of condiments? I don't know what we would say to this person. I'm just trying to fill the air with speech at the moment. Hey, you. I like your hair. See if I can get him in the store. And this mini game is pretty easy. It's not that complicated. I suppose I just said that and then I didn't hit the green, but it's fine. Not sure how many attempts I get either. Just I get an attempt until I get him in there. Does anyone ever fail that mini game, I guess, is my main question. Always got to take an opportunity to upsell. They're sitting there thinking about what they want. You can just tell them what they want. You want that. I don't know, like the difference between the effectiveness of a quick sale and a targeted sale. I mean, obviously I can recommend a product that I think they will like, but I mean, if a quick sale, if they still buy it, they have a smile on their face, right? Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and check them out. We're getting very close to closing time here. I do have some other people coming in, but we close at 1800. So I'm not sure anyone else can really buy anything. They're going to have to be fast if they are. And nah, they're not going to buy anything. So the queue is going to close. I'm just going to leave it open for a second just to see what happens. Okay, that's the end of the workday. Store is closed. So we'll just leave it open because, you know, whatever. And then real quick look at restocking our shelves. So it looks like the blue buckets, I'm going to need to order a couple more of those. They really like those. I think this product here, see, I have these. I could move those over, I think. So let's just reconfigure this really quick. And what we're going to do is we're going to remove this product from there and then clear the empty ones. And then we can add something new here if we want to. So this is flavorful chili. We got ketchup, we got chili, got caraway, we've got sunflower oil on 3 of these. So like I can restructure these so that there's different condiments in there. So potentially what I might want to do is take a look at some of these other things. Like let's just real quick take a look at the target demographics for these things. So this one here, roast pepper might be pretty effective, right? It's $5.49 is the, you know, the price, at least how it starts. I can always raise my prices too. I just haven't bothered to do that just yet. Roast parsley. Let's maybe try that one. That seems interesting. We can get some of that. Let's go maybe, that's 24 per. So we'll go with 48 of it, I guess, for now. That's fine. And then we could also try to get maybe some pepper, roast pepper. We can try some of that too. So maybe go 48 here. And then we can shift over and maybe get some vinegar stuff. Seed oil. Yeah, maybe apple vinegars. I think maybe this one, plantation wine vinegar. We'll try that and we'll get like 70 of those. So it's 2 stacks. So we can place that order really quick. If there's anything else we know of we want to get, we could do that too. So, I think maybe I have, you know, various different toothbrushes and stuff too. There's a brush, a large brush. We could maybe get some of these. Maybe we'll get like 12 of those, and we could take a look at these eco wood brushes. This is, wow, that's pretty popular there. We can get some of these too. Let's say maybe we'll get 12 of those as well. So just a real quick order, but now we're paying for the delivery. It's $21 extra for this delivery. All right, so we'll put all that stuff in there. Lots of bottles on that shelf there like that. That's good. And then what else we got? That's the ketchup. We got the sunflower oil. There's nothing left in stock for that stuff. Yeah, so I'm pretty good here. I still need something else to go down here, flavorful chili, but we'll look at that later, right? I don't want to pay the delivery charge for just a couple of items, so that's fine. I got enough stuff in stock. Probably could have gotten another bucket and stuff here too, but it's okay. Our next delivery can have that kind of stuff. So let's go ahead and end our workday. It's going to show us our financial report. So this doesn't seem very descriptive, but if I go to the other graphs that I have, it'll be more descriptive. This is more of a macro reporter. Like this is the store, and then there's another store, and then there's another store, another, etc. So let's go to the city view real quick. Ready to grow. Next step is to set up your headquarters so you can manage your corporation. You will again need to rent a building. Find the cheapest one you can get, as the population has no influence on the headquarters. So we're basically what we're doing here is looking for the cheapest building. It's probably going to be out here in the sticks. So this is 85 a day. Okay. This one here also 85 a day. 65 a day. 66 a day. That's the winning one so far. We got 74 there. That one's in a more populated area, so probably not. How about you way over here? What do we got going over here? We got 32 a day. I struggle to see how we're ever going to beat that. Yeah, 120. I think 32 a day is the winner here. Right there. So we'll rent this one. It's going to be a new headquarter, and we don't have any setup costs, I guess, so we'll just do that. Okay, so from there, we want to go ahead and click that and go to and enter our HQ. And it's just this blank area right now, but we can add to it. So unlike our stores, this one, we add rooms in a more Lego fashion. And what I mean by that is if I want the small office, the whole office is kind of there and you just kind of plop it where you want it. So if I wanted a small office, let's say over by the window, although I have to engage with this building regularly, so it's probably best to put it somewhere closer to the door. This is the doorway, right? Yeah, this lets me in there. I think that's a doorway, so I probably want this to be just a little off that. And you know what? Maybe we'll put this one over by this window instead. So right about here is where this office could go. It's blocking the window, though. I don't want to block the window. I don't want to block the window. Yeah, how about we do it by the bathrooms? We'll just say it's near the bathrooms like this. All right, there it is. That's our first office. Now, initially, our office is basically there just to help us manage our stores. So we have more control over our stores at this point. So things like opening hour, operating hours, when do we want to close, when do we want to open, etc., things like that. Our customer flows, we'll be able to see some of this stuff a little bit here, see who's coming into our stores, etc. We can also do it by group. We can also go into our order system and place orders right here too. We don't have to actually go to the store. We can have the orders placed and delivered for us. And if we had employees, which currently we don't, they would take care of that stuff for us if they've been instructed to. We got sales charts here, so if we want to see various different data sets and stuff there, we'd be able to do that eventually. I think if I wanted to see, I don't know, food and drink type, I don't know how this works. Let's add to data set. Okay, so food and drink is up here. This is where I sold. So if I wanted to see over time which segments are doing, better or worse, and if I wanted to like isolate that to specific types of things, maybe food and drink, if I want to go refrigerated or non-refrigerated or fresh stuff or candy or whatever, I'd be able to add that stuff and see over time how that stuff goes. There's financial reports. You can, go through all those types of things. The computer has a lot of that stuff for you. And then, of course, transferring money from the store to the corporation balance as we want to as well. Store schedule is going to be pretty important, especially as we get employees. How do we get employees? The staff overview doesn't have anything here. If you click the eye, so far in my game anyway, nothing happens. So not as helpful. We're going to click that and shut it off. What we're going to do to get employees, hang on. This says, all you need now is set up, you're ready to conquer the city. Feel free to explore your headquarters further and look at the other possibilities it contains, like visiting your concept floor or getting a staff room. When ready, you can return to the elevator. Yeah, so getting a staff room, let's talk about that. So if I go like this, staff management, there's a conference room and a meeting room. The meeting room is where I can hire. I have to have this in order to hire people. So I would buy this for, in this case, 714. And maybe I can take the meeting room and put that over in the corner. Man, I'm going to have a waste of space right there, aren't I? Sure am. This isn't even up against the wall flat, is it? I guess it kind of is, yeah. All right, well, meeting room, maybe I put that over here then. Maybe the meeting room will just be kind of off the wall, like right here. Right, like this. So there's a clear walkway between the meeting room, and so if they want to get into this, they can just walk through here and they can get into that. Assuming that that's a door. I can't enter there. Maybe that's a security thing, but I can't do that. Either way, through in here, we can click this table, and this is going to get us our applications. These are just drop-in applications. We have 6 of them. They have a variety of different skills. It's going to list their best one, but they have other skills too. So if I wanted to take a look at Mathilda Davidson here and inspect her, she's 29, has her best skill is cash register. It's great. It's actually up there quite high. She's not great with sales though. So walking around the stores, upselling people like I was doing, she won't be very good at that at all. She's just going to be someone who's really good at the cash register, but she'll have the responsibilities that come with all these things too. In addition to that, they also have leadership type skills and headquarters type skills if I want to hire them for something like that. And then there's a whole bunch of personality traits that all have impact in the game as they go. So will they arrive on time, for example? Your employees may not show up exactly on time, right? That happens. You open at 9. It's not like you remember Big Ambitions when we play it, how boom, that person is in their spot when the business opens. Not necessarily here if their punctuality is bad, right? They have poor health here too. Probably going to be calling in a lot of sick days. And how does that work when they're calling in sick days, right? If I wanted to interview this person, we could take a look at what their wage request is. This is what they're asking for, okay? So if I wanted to take a look at them for hiring them, I can click this button here and select which store I'm looking to go to. At this point, I can manipulate these to come up with my offer for her. Her overall satisfaction will determine whether or not she says yes to it or not. So she's asking for $13.39. If I wanted to take her down to 12, she's not going to say yes. I can't even click this button, right? But if I make her at 30 an hour, all of a sudden she's super happy with this. I don't need to give her paid sick days or lunch or standby call or anything. I don't need to give her any benefits, whatever. $30 an hour, I'll take it, right? If I go, let's say 20, okay, she's happy, she'll take it, but she wanted these things. She wanted the evening bonus of 20%, wanted a standby bonus of 40%, whatever that means. Basic health insurance. She wanted paid sick days. That's a big one because her health is bad, right? So I'm going to have to pay her even when she's calling in sick, and she's going to be calling in sick quite frequently. Maybe I don't want to have to do that. So maybe instead of $13.39 an hour, I offer her $15 an hour. She won't take that unless I give her the paid sick days she wants. That'll up her satisfaction as well, right? So there's a lot of different things we can do for that. So if I want to pay somebody, and I don't, I think the second day of business, I want to just take it because I have to recuperate some profits there. I need to recuperate some money there from all that inventory I have. But there's a smart hire thing here, the price friendly solution. So trainee, okay. So these are like talent agencies that can find me people. That's good. I haven't looked through any of these yet, but yeah. So if I was going to hire an employee here though, I might want to look at somebody who is like, this guy's, good at unpacking, right? It's the highest skill is unpacking. So how fast is he going to be able to unpack stuff and get it in stock? That's a big thing, right? Could be. His best trait is his health. He's in great health. So if I want to give this guy paid sick days, that's fantastic because he's probably not going to call in sick much, right? So he doesn't care about that because he's in great shape. So maybe I want to look at this guy instead. $18.97 is what he's asking for. Maybe I go and I say, how about we go $16 an hour, but I give you paid sick days. That doesn't really have an effect on him, right? Because he's in great health anyway. But if I want to give him really good health insurance, maybe he'll do it. $7.14 a week, maybe he'll do it. Full isn't good enough for him there though. Needs it extended. So anyway, there's a lot of systems in place, and then you work on a contract for him, and you can see what his current stuff is after you hire him and everything. So yeah, there we go. I'm not going to hire anybody for this day. It'll probably be like a couple days in game until I do. I think that'll probably be the way to go there, because these guys still have the marketing agency and stuff as well is still happening. So I have a lot of inventory. I don't really need a whole lot of. How do I get out of here? I actually don't know. I thought I go to the elevator for that. Oh, I interact with the elevator here. Ground floor. Go to the city. That's what I want to do. Yeah. Yeah. King of Retail 2, programmed by one person. There you go. So evening time, we'll go home, and then we can start a new business day from there. And you can kind of see how, as you play the game, you can scale up. You reinvest those profits into more shelving, better products, higher products. You get better marketing. Once you have that stable, you maybe get some employees to help you manage that. Then you open up a second store. Maybe it targets a different demographic. Maybe it does the same thing, but in a different area. Maybe you get into fashion. Maybe you get into targeting, tourists now in a completely different part of town, whatever it is, right? That possibility is there. And the current funds for the store is kept separate from your corporate balance, so you kind of know how each store is doing, and that's pretty good. So I'm paying my rent every day, of course, here too. So we're up to $11.19 on this store now. But yeah, everything's in stock and ready to rock. So if you want to see more of this game, I'm open to trying it out more. But otherwise, this has been my time in King of Retail 2. Again, thank you so much to the Des for sponsoring this video. Hopefully you guys will check it out. Click the link in the description, find out more. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.